Broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunity.
Alright, we're gonna need to wake up because we got 15 seconds. So we gotta sit up all the way. Hey, body. I understand. I also woke up tired this morning.
You know what? I'm gonna move the fan closer.
The time is 10 a.m.
Sorry, my butt is sweating off.
It's okay. Thank you for tuning in to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Savannah, and I'm here with Madison.
Hey, feeling better.
We invite you to listen to our broadcast both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel, Monday to Friday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week. Additionally, you can access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.reader.ku.edu. The site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader Network mobile app, and information on receiving on radio to listen to the broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kHz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. First, Madison will read the weather.
Forgot to grab a drink for me today.
It's okay. Just keep going.
Oh, there's a. Should I read that too?
Nope, that is something else. We're gonna be reading. It's okay. We're reading the article right here.
Today's forecast on Ozarks first. Heat wave continues with spotty showers expected. This is by Tom Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hang on. I'm good.
Okay. And this is from Ozarks first.
Yes, the weather. Very little change is expected from yesterday into today. We'll find another hot day in the low 90s with a heat index around 100 this afternoon. It'll be hot enough for the pool, but fairly typical for early July. I can never explain these the
It's
right
okay.
way.
Yes, you can. You got this.
But what does ultraviolet refer to? Like the sun?
Okay, so there are two graphics set up. The first one says poolside planner. And it lists for today, Thursday. At 12 p.m. it'll be 88. 2 p.m. it'll be 90. 4 p.m. it'll be 91 degrees. 6 p.m. it'll be 90 degrees. And 8 p.m. it'll be 86 degrees still, with the UV index being at a 10 until 4 p.m. and then going down to a 4 at 6 p.m. With the second panel, it says today, and it shows the different counties in Missouri, all at a low 90.
With the majority of the weather being partly sunny.
Being completely sunny.
I'm saying there's a little bit of clouds in some parts. Like in Joplin.
Yes, Joplin does have a cloud. So there is slight cloud coverage in Joplin.
Right. Compared to yesterday, the heat dome has moved slightly east this morning. This shift will bring more moisture into the area today, and we may squeak out some spotty afternoon rain showers.
You may squeak out spotty, random afternoon rain showers.
Today, too, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now there's two more graphics that show Futurecast and rain chance today. With Futurecast, it shows the weather for
possible rain activity in the center of Missouri. And then
yes, and then the second one that would be what Thursday's gonna get afterwards.
The rain chance today in the afternoon, it shows the entirety of Missouri in a low chance range.
Oh, that's good. The pattern remains virtually unchanged through the 4th of July. However, temperatures around 90 degrees during the day, partly cloudy skies, and a low chance for pop-up afternoon showers are intact. Is that a word? Intact?
Where are you reading that?
Sorry. It's because I ended the last question as a... I ended the last statement as a question.
It's okay. We're just going to read it as directly written.
All right. The pattern remains virtually unchanged through the 4th of July. Temperatures around 90 degrees during the day, partly cloudy skies, and a low chance for pop-up afternoon showers. Most spots will stay dry through Saturday, and whatever showers form during the day will dissipate into the evening. Now there's a 4-panel picture. Kind of like a window. That's cool.
So 4-panel picture.
Of the map.
So we're going to describe the first panel.
The first panel shows the weather for tomorrow, with the majority of the weather being 90 degrees
across Missouri.
And Friday afternoon, a rain chance tomorrow with most of Missouri in the low.
The only corner of Missouri that is out of range is the northwest corner.
So, like, a little bit of Joplin is covered, a little bit of it is not.
Yes, like I said, the northwest corner of Missouri.
Right. And for Saturday, weather will still be in the upper 90s, but also...
So it's going to be in the upper 80s.
That I was going to say that, but the majority will be in the upper 80s.
There's no upper 90s in there. That's a 90, but it's not. The upper 90s would be 99.
Oh, and for Saturday afternoon, we got Missouri, and we got half of Missouri, covered with a rain chance.
A low rain chance on the east side of Missouri.
Kind of like in the middle. Most Independence Day celebrations will stay dry. Keep an eye out on the sky during the afternoon, but most communities won't see rain. July 4th, firework displays and drone shows. Drone shows? That's cool. Should be able to go on as scheduled. Temperatures on Saturday evening will be mild in the low 80s with a calm wind and partly cloudy skies. Now there's a most accurate forecast that reads Independence Day, and it's got the Statue of Liberty herself in her former glory and such.
She's still there.
I'm just saying. I didn't want to sound cringe. Anyway, continuing. July 4th, Saturday forecast. 5 p.m., maybe a shower, with it being in the 90s. 7 p.m. will be warm and calm, with the temperature being 88. And 9 p.m. will be clear and bright.
It says good for fireworks.
Right, but the weather would be clear skies.
So it's showing that the graphic shows some clouds over a night sky and says good for fireworks.
Oh, with it being 82%, but
82 degrees.
Or why did I say percent?
It's okay.
But in a way, I mean, there's no rain.
Awesome. We just have to read exactly what they say on there.
I know.
Okay, then we'll do that.
Following the 4th, a weakening cold front drops into the region. Did I say it right?
Yep.
Before it loses its punch. The front will arrive on Sunday, and rain chances will get a slight boost as it drifts in. The front will
meander.
Oh, okay. Into northern Arkansas before washing out by Tuesday. Widely scattered rain showers and thunderstorms will remain possible through Tuesday, but it won't be an all-day rain at any point. Now it shows two graphics again, and it shows shoving the dome early next week, which is on a Monday, and it's showing a.
It shows the weather that was just described, pushing the heat dome back south.
That's what it's called, a heat dome. Is it like a cold front?
Nope. It is a dome of heat.
With Oklahoma and what's this one?
I can't read it from here.
Right by Chicago. What state is that?
I can't tell you off the top of my head, but the important information from the graphic is that the heat dome, because of the above description of the showers moving in from northernish, moving into northern-ish Arkansas, it's gonna push the heat dome back south. And it has graphics on the oh my goodness. It has a representation of graphics over the panel that show these showers.
Yeah.
The next one describes the precipitation chances that were previously described above in visual format.
With Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday being the most rain chance, as it's 30% and the rest is 20%.
The rest being Wednesday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there will be a 20% of rain. And Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday will be 30% chance. But what does that blue triangle mean?
It's the visual representation of the rain.
Okay.
Do you want to read the last bit?
Lastly, temperatures won't move much with the front. Highs will go from near 90 degrees to upper 80s. Winds will be able to. Winds will shift to be from the northeast on Monday and Tuesday, but our humidity will likely stay the same. As for that article.
From the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield only allows these novelty fireworks for 4th of July. Article by Ahmed Jawadi. Now that the start of the seasonal fireworks sales in Missouri is underway, Springfield residents will be able to buy all sorts of consumer fireworks to ring in the 4th of July holiday. And Missourians sure love to celebrate our nation's independence with a bang, as we are the second highest buyers of fireworks in the nation. But before you go and light any fuses, you might want to make sure you're not breaking any laws. Here's what to know about firework laws and regulations in Springfield, as well as in the state of Missouri. What are the Springfield fireworks rules? It's illegal to sell, possess, or set off fireworks within city limits according to city code. The only exceptions are novelty items like snappers, party poppers, toy smoke devices, or glowworms, and some sparklers. Failure to comply can result in confiscation of fireworks by authorities, as well as fines up to $500. The city managers can, however, issue permits at their discretion for public displays. When are fireworks sales allowed in Missouri? Fireworks sales from seasonal retailers are only legal in Missouri from June 20th through July 10th. Through June 11th, the Division of Fire Safety has issued 1,129 permits to seasonal fireworks retailers. What fireworks are legal to buy and use in Missouri? Consumer fireworks, formerly known as Class C fireworks, are legally permitted for purchase and use in the state. This includes the following: bottle rockets, skyrockets, Roman candles, firecrackers, sparklers, smoke and punk, fountains, missiles, novelties, crackle and strobe, parachutes, wheels and spinners, aerial spinners, display shells, and aerial items. Any firework whose explosive composition exceeds federal limits for consumer fireworks is considered illegal. These include ground salutes commonly known as cherry bombs, M80s, M100s, and M1000s. Who can buy fireworks in Missouri? In Missouri, you must be at least 14 years old to buy fireworks unless you're with an adult. Sales are off limits to anybody who is obviously under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Consumer fireworks safety tips. Here are some safety tips provided by the Missouri Division of Fire Safety. Confirm fireworks are legal where you live and only purchase fireworks from licensed retailers. Only use fireworks in a large open space that has been cleared of flammable materials. Always keep young children away from fireworks. If teens are permitted to handle fireworks, they should be closely supervised by an adult. Always wear eye protection. Make sure to have a garden hose or a bucket of water nearby in case of a fire. Only light fireworks one at a time. Never try to relight fireworks that have malfunctioned. Dispose of fireworks by soaking them in water and leaving them in a trash can. Never shoot fireworks off from a glass jar or container. Never use fireworks while consuming alcohol. Never store fireworks from season to season. According to the state fire marshal, 358 people in the state sought hospital care related to fireworks in 2025, with 81% of those injuries having occurred during the seasonal fireworks sales period. And that is the end of that article. Ow! It's okay.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, massive 10-acre housing development east of Springfield holds grand opening. Homes offer zero entry, 1 and 2 story floor plans, and prices beginning at $500,000. In totality, there are 200 lots in development in both phases of Turner's Ranch, and this is by Ryan Collins. Now there's a picture of a neighborhood, Pinecone Street, and how would I explain this? There's a neighborhood.
So there's a picture of the newly developed neighborhood with homes that have just recently been built, as marked by the unfinished lawns and the signs in front displaying the construction company. And the street pictured is Pinecone Street, as Madison described.
Those look nice. Yeah.
Photo by Ryan Collins.
Oh yeah, photo by Ryan Collins. This was taken yesterday. The picture, I mean. After years of planning, development, and construction, a massive 10-acre.
10 acre?
Why was I thinking of a ship anchor?
It's okay. 10 acre.
Housing development just east of Springfield is officially selling homes. Yeah, I said that earlier. Wait, did I? Anyways.
It's okay. Just keep going.
Show must go on. Turner's Ranch, located at the northeast corner of the East Sunshine Street and South Farm Road 199 intersection, and held a ribbon-cutting ceremony as part of its grand opening celebration with the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce on July 1st. The project, constructed by H.C. Rogers Construction Group and marketed by Grady Real Estate, features 64 homes in Phase 1. Homes offer zero entry, 1 and 2 story floor plans, and prices beginning at $500,000. In totality, there are 200 lots in development in both phases of Turner's Ranch. The second phase will include amenities like a pool, pickleball, and a tennis court, a putting green, a basketball court, and more. Phase 1, quote, will take a couple years and will go to Phase 2, said Kate Rogers, owner and principal at H.C. Rogers Construction Group. Phase 2 will have a pool and all the amenities get built into Phase 2. Now there's a picture of Kate Rogers, the owner and principal at H.C. Rogers Construction Group, as he's addressing the crowd at the grand opening of Turner's Ranch on the 1st of July, as he's wearing a blue shirt that's the same color as the sky. He's got a watch, sunglasses, his hair is all nicely done. He's holding a
microphone.
I got that. there's two types. One where you can stand, but he's holding one where you have to hold on to it. That type of microphone. And in the back, there's flowers. Burgundy, white, and yellow colors. There are 11 homes currently under construction. The company expects to have the first 7 homes completed in the next couple weeks, Rogers said at the grand opening celebration. Excuse me. H.C. Rogers is able to provide custom-built homes at this site, Rogers said. We have floor plans, so people can come pick the floor plan and then pick their finishes, Rogers said. The company is also building homes and selling them, as is on some of the lots. Rogers declined to disclose the total financial investment for Turner's Ranch, but said it was a lot. Turner's Ranch joins a growing list of developments on East Sunshine Street after 10 tracts?
Yep.
Totaling 175 acres were sold at an auction in September of 2023, yielding more than $5.5 million, according to a previous Daily Citizen reporting. Development is taking shape on much of the land that was auctioned almost 3 years ago. 2023 was 3 years ago. Sorry. This would be about as far east on Sunshine as you'll be able to go for a very long time, Rogers said, adding to the east of Turner's Ranch east of Turner's Ranch is a large
Alfalfa.
Oh.
Grain.
A grain? Okay. Field. H.C. Rogers has also constructed Turner's Point Villas, which is a senior housing facility with a 24 single-story age restricted independent luxury villas just up the road from Turner's Ranch. The development name pays homage to the community of Turner's and the Turner Station
Mercantile
and Deli. Believed to be the oldest continually operated store in the country and designated a Greene County historical site, according to the company website.
The Mercantile,
which was established in 1889, sits just down East Sunshine Street.
All right, and that's the end of that article. From the Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield soccer fans revel in USA's World Cup knockout round win over Bosnia and Herzegovina.
There, now I can see. Sorry.
It's okay. Herzegovina. Mumbles 1888 has been hosting large watch parties on Commercial Street as the United States advances in the World Cup. The article starts with a photo of the back area of Mumbles 1888, where there are World Cup flags hanging from the ceiling, as well as overhead string lights, and a crowd of people cheering, facing the camera as the picture is taken, all wearing different team names.
If that's an 1888 picture, how is the picture colored in?
So the name of the bar is Mumbles 1888.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the year.
Nope.
Okay.
Photo by Ellie Freistack.
Thank you for explaining.
For Springfield soccer fans, Mumbles 1888 was the place to be on Wednesday night. Commercial Street's new soccer pub hosted a large watch party as the United States men's national team defeated Bosnia and Herzegovina. I do apologize. 2-0 in a round of 32 World Cup match. USA will now face Belgium on Monday, July 6th at 7 p.m. Mumbles will host another watch party with help from other C Street businesses. There is a photo of a man holding his two daughters who are wearing USA jerseys and have soccer balls painted on their faces, as well as Go USA, and have soccer ball bows in their hair and are wearing light up star glasses. They're the caption underneath describes them as celebrating together. Dave Berlisky with his daughters Everly and Riley.
Glasses that light up? That's cool.
Yeah. They all three are cheering as he holds them up with a screen behind them. The Springfield Brewing Company opened Mumbles 1888, located at 504 East Commercial Street in early February. A few months later, business is booming as fans from teams across the country have been stopping in to gather and cheer on their teams in the World Cup. Fans watching at Mumbles on Wednesday night said they enjoyed the atmosphere and the shared experience of watching the game together. "I love Mumbles," Katie Gilbert said during Wednesday's match. "It's a great positive vibe." There's another photo of the inside of the pub of a crowd facing the bar as they watch the screens above. The majority of the people in the picture have their arms raised above as they are cheering, while others have their hands on their head staring at the screen. There is a mix of different jerseys once more, both on the individuals in the pub as well as on the walls, decorating. Several businesses on Commercial Street pitched in to help Mumbles by turning the World Cup watch party into a block party. The Rathbone Ace hardware store next door to Mumbles has allowed the pub to rent its fenced-in space with a roof covering as a separate viewing area for the World Cup games. The Springfield Yellow Cab Company, located behind Mumbles, has also helped the block party by providing chairs and extra parking for World Cup games. Tony Emilio, a manager at the Springfield Yellow Cab Company, when asked about the helpful nature of businesses on historic C Street, said, "It really brightens up Springfield." The article ends with a slideshow of different photos of individuals enjoying the amenities as well and the game. It starts with two women, two women in the background and two people up front, named Sarah and Zach Nettleman, as they are smiling at results on a phone. Second photo is a bartender as he is serving multiple drinks. Another photo is Riley Brown as he is sitting in a camping chair, looking up at a screen, looking nervous. Another is a zoomed-in photo of someone wearing a t-shirt saying USA Drinking Team. Another is a photo of Justin Baylor as he celebrates his son, James, scoring a goal set up in the back alley of Mumbles 1888. There are two goals set up with balloons tied around them so that people can kick soccer balls into these goals. And then the final photo is a room shot of Mumbles 1888 as people are watching the game on multiple different screens all around the room. And that is the end of that article.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, hold on.
You already read that one. You're good.
Oh, okay. Shooting in Missouri. Well, technically, it was in Missouri. I meant to say shooting in Mercy, a parking garage. Leaves 2 dead, and police believe it was a murder-suicide. A police spokesperson said that there is no ongoing threat to the public. That's good. This is by the Daily Citizen staff. The article starts with a picture of the parking garage on the campus of Springfield Mercy Hospital as it's blocked off on Thursday. Wait, that's today.
Thursday, July 2nd.
Yeah, like Ellie Fry stack. But this photo was taken today.
Let's keep reading.
Police say that 2 people are found dead following a shooting early Thursday morning, July 2nd. What?
Let's keep reading.
In a parking garage on the east side of Mercy Hospital's campus. Police, Springfield's Police Department spokesperson Chris Swatters said investigators believe the shooting was a murder-suicide and that there is no ongoing threat to the public. Swatters said officers responded to the report of the shots fired at around 4:50 a.m. I know how to read time.
It's okay. Keep going.
And located 2 people with gunshot wounds. One person died at the scene. The other was transported to the hospital where they later died. No. A spokesperson for Mercy Hospital said hospital operations are continuing as normal. In a statement, the hospital indicated one of the deceased is a Mercy employee. Here's the full statement. We were shocked and saddened to learn of the tragic event on our campus early this morning involving one of our caregivers. We are actively working with Springfield Police to assist in their investigation and are unable to provide more information at this time. Police have assured us that this is not an ongoing threat. The safety of our patients, visitors, and caregivers is our highest priority. This is a difficult time for our team members, and we are providing additional support from our spiritual care team. For those who are visiting the hospital today, please be mindful of this tragic event as our caregivers are grieving. Any questions about the innocent should be directed to law enforcement as they continue their investigation. The article ends saying, "This is a developing story. Check back for updates." That's it for that article. R.I.P. to those 2.
From the Springfield News-Leader, Ozark Foundation launches $8 million front door campaign. Article by Janice Reeser. The Community Foundation of the Ozarks has launched an $8 million capital campaign to transform its Springfield headquarters into a front door for philanthropy, with $4.5 million already secured.
Hang on, a what?
I'm sorry, Madison, I'm going to have to keep going.
Sorry.
It's okay. The effort will overhaul the first floor of 300 South Jefferson, expanding space and resources for nonprofit organizations and community collaboration, according to a community announcement. A campaign titled Creating a Front Door for Philanthropy is intended to address barriers facing nonprofits, particularly those needing access to infrastructure and shared space. Right now, many nonprofits, especially those getting started or in a time of recovery, face barriers to space and infrastructure. At the same time, our region is growing and so are the needs. Winter Kind, president and CEO of the CFO, said in the announcement, "This project will help meet those needs while serving as a place for aspiring philanthropists and leaders to gather, collaborate, and learn." There is a photo of Winter Kind, president and CEO of the Community Foundation of the Ozark, as they announce renovation plans for the first floor. They are standing in front of a projector that has a slide done at an angle so that it cannot be read through the camera. She is standing on a stage behind a podium with a crowd of people sitting in chairs in front of her. Renovation plans for 300 South Jefferson Avenue. Plans call for a full renovation of the first floor to create new public-facing and collaborative spaces. The project includes an expanded event center with an outdoor courtyard and catering kitchen, as well as offices and collaboration areas for emerging nonprofit organizations. It will also add a 900 square foot conference room and digital display highlighting individuals, affiliate foundations, and past projects associated with the organization, according to the announcement. Dake Wells Architecture designed the project, and J.E. Dunn Construction will serve as a general contractor. Both firms also led renovations on the building's fourth floor for the Foundation's headquarters, completed in summer 2025. Construction is expected to begin in early 2027, according to the announcement. Campaign donors and community support. The campaign is supported by several lead gifts, including contributions from Eric K. Peterson, Elizabeth Dickey, representing the John Wallace Dickey family, the Meek family, in memory of Mary K. Meek, and Patricia Hall and the late Jerry Hall. Additional contributors as of June 22nd include Jim and Janet Anderson, Arvis Bank, Ray F., and Nancy J. Atten Memorial Fund. Rob and Sally Barron, Fudescent Advisors, Guarantee Bank, J.E. Dunn Construction, Gordon and Laura Kine, Winter and Marshall Kine, Louis Leon, Annie E., Mac and McGregor, Charles and Robin Morgan, the estate of Jimmy Murrow, Mark and Lori Nelson, Gail and Cliff Smith, Dean and Robin Thompson, Craig and Amy Westcott, and anonymous donors. For more information about the campaign and the planned renovations, visit cfozarks.org to inquire about contributing. Send an email to winterkine at wkine@cfozarks.org. And that is the end of that article.
From the Springfield News-Leader, as mentioned from the weather before, safety protocols advised in Ozarks amid sweltering 4th of July heat. And this is by Chris Magalo.
Yep.
A rainy June has transitioned into a heat wave as the Ozarks prepares for the 4th of July. As residents prepare to spend time outdoors amid the extreme heat, it's worth reviewing weather-related safety tips that can help ensure the holiday weekend goes off without a hitch. The summer solstice marks the longest day of the year in terms of sunlight. It indicates the peak amount of solar radiation from the sun and hitting the northern hemisphere, with temperatures expected to rise in the following weeks, according to the National
Oceanic
and Atmospheric Administration. The 2026 summer
solstice
was June 21st, which means Springfield is coasting into its hottest stretch of the year over the next several weeks. The National Weather Service shows Springfield will average a high of 91 degrees from July 30th to July 5th. On July 4th, humidity is expected to reach up to 70%, along with a 24% chance of rain, as the NWS forecast shows. The UV index, an indicator of the ultraviolet rays intensity that come from the sun, is expected to reach a 9 out of 11 on the scale. At night, temperatures will drop as low as 71 degrees though the humidity will jump up to 83%. Sheesh. Showers are expected to take place in the morning, along with occasional light rain throughout the day. The past few weeks of heavy precipitation brought significant amounts of moisture to the area. Paired with the expected humidity levels, the fire risk is low. That's good. Who's at risk for extreme heat? Vulnerable people, susceptible. What'd I say?
It's okay. Susceptible.
To the heat include babies, children, elderly folks, pregnant women, those who are battling with chronic illnesses, including
cardiovascular
diseases and diabetes, and pets. Does that include people with asthma too?
Consult your doctor. How about we finish the article?
I mean, I don't really like the heat.
It's okay. Let's finish the article.
According to Kids and Cars Safety, approximately 40 children and hundreds of pets die in hot cars annually. And it's not fun.
All right, let's keep.
Over half of hot car deaths come from at the hands of a person unknowingly at fault. Approximately 25% of hot car deaths happen when a child climbs into a car and can't get out, and about 86% of hot car deaths among children involve those ages 3 and younger. The NWS advises parents to practice the look before you lock rule, making sure all children and animals are out of the car before locking. Here are some safety precautions. With elevated temperatures in the forest, residents... When I say forest,
It's okay.
with elevated temperatures in the forecast, residents celebrating the 4th of July should be wary of the amount of time spent outside. The NWS recommends making use of areas of shade, scheduled breaks indoors with air conditioning, having ice water on standby, and using sunscreen. Short or no sleeve shirts and short pants can help deal with the heat. While light long sleeve clothing can be good to prevent sunburn, hats and sunglasses are options to protect the face. Here's some firework safety. The United States Consumer Product Safety Commission website says an estimated 13,000 were injured by fireworks in 2025, with the largest share of the group between the ages of 15 and 24. Hands and fingers were the most frequently injured body parts, followed by the head, face, and ears. The CPSC advises these
safety tips
when using fireworks. So I was right. That word.
It's okay.
Never allow young children to play with or ignite fireworks, including sparklers. Sparklers can burn at temperatures of about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to melt some metals. Keep a bucket of water or a
garden hose?
Hold on. Did you read this one?
Nope. This was, I read about legal fireworks. This is different.
Okay, so never allow young children to play with or ignite fireworks, including sparklers, which can burn at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt metals. Keep a bucket of water or garden hose handy in case of a fire or another mishap. Make sure fireworks are legal in your area and only purchase and set off fireworks that are labeled for consumer, not professional use. Never use fireworks while impaired by alcohol or drugs. Light fireworks one at a time, then move back quickly. Never try to relight or pick up fireworks that have not fully ignited. And remember to follow all instructions and warnings on fireworks and never hold them in hand unless instructions specifically say to do so.
Specify to do so.
Specify.
From the Springfield News-Leader, Governor Kehoe freezes millions in Missouri budget as revenue continues to lag. Article written by Rudy Keller. Gov. Mike Kehoe vetoed nearly $53 million from Missouri's $50.7 billion state budget Tuesday, June 30th, but his larger move was to freeze $441 million in spending, including dozens of lawmaker-backed earmarks as state revenues lag projections, and Missouri's pandemic-era surplus dwindles. The vetoes were relatively light, cutting only about $30 million in general revenue spending. The restrictions go much deeper, blocking $337 million in expected general revenue spending while allowing Kehoe to release the money later if enough revenue becomes available. Unlike vetoes, spending restrictions do not remove money from the budget. They prevent agencies from spending the money unless the governor later lifts the restriction. There is a photo of Governor Mike Kehoe as he speaks into a microphone, addressing a crowd off camera. From May 27th, 2025, photo provided by Annalise Hanshaw. State government doesn't have a revenue problem, we have a spending problem, and continuing to spend faster than we grow our economy is not a sustainable path forward, Kehoe said in a news release. Our work doesn't end with balancing this year's budget. The spending plan was already $3.7 billion less than Kehoe requested in January, including a reduction of $374 million in general revenue outlays. But state revenues have kept pace with projections, failing further than expected as the effects of repealing the tax on capital gains. Profits on the sale of assets ballooned tax refunds by $141 million in addition to a $162 million reduction overall in income tax receipts. Kehoe's vetoes targeted 27 earmarked projects added by lawmakers, but he did not stop there. He also cut 7.5 million lawmakers wanted to transfer from money set aside for Interstate 44 and $3 million from payments to local assessors, saying it was unfair that the extra money would result in higher payments for assessments in some counties than others. His restrictions covered 42 items added to the budget by lawmakers this year and 28 construction projects from past years that have not been started. Notable cuts Kehoe made include restricting $3.5 million to finance a 21-unit apartment building for lower-income families in Springfield. The money would have gone to a not-for-profit Elevate Lives founded by Russ Goslin, a Republican candidate for the Missouri House in the Democrat-held 132nd District. Vetoing $2 million to purchase flood-prone lands in Jefferson County for use as a local park. Kehoe wrote that it was a local responsibility. Restricting $104 million for renovation projects at the Missouri Capitol building. Kehoe allowed $15 million to be spent on a parking garage for a new conference center under construction in Jefferson City, and $21 million to move a road at the State Fairgrounds in Sedalia to allow construction of a barn near a new area. When Kehoe announced his budget plan, he released a $286 million list of items, mostly construction projects that had not begun, that he would not veto, but that he also would restrict from being spent unless revenues are available. Lawmakers removed some of the items from the budget, but $245 million remained in the 16 spending bills. All were restricted in the new budget. The full list of restricted spending is now at $441 million. The budget for the coming year does not include any significant increases in several major spending lines. The foundation formula, the basic aid program for public schools, is unchanged at $4.3 billion, and state support for higher education institutions is also unchanged. The two biggest additions of general revenues will fill holes left when the state exhausted money saved from increased federal aid for Medicaid during the COVID-19 pandemic. The managed care program for Medicaid, which pays a flat rate for every person covered, is taking $469 million of a new general revenue to cover parts of the state's shares of a $2.9 billion budget line. And coverage for working-age adults will require $395 million in general revenue for the state's share of the $5.2 billion budget line. Kehoe's budget decisions came against a backdrop of uncertain state revenues, a rapidly declining general revenue balance, and the potential for large new costs for state taxpayers as federal income supports program changes. To make the budget balance, lawmakers took $89 million funds from $600 million set aside in past years for Missouri on the Missouri Capitol building and swept $72 million available in the Blind Pension Fund to support public schools. The money maintained spending at current levels but did not allow for the $190 million in additional funding needed to meet all of the legal obligations of the formula. For many of the items he vetoed, Kehoe used nearly identical language to justify the cuts. According to fiscal forecasts, the trajectory of state-level ongoing spending currently outpaces ongoing revenue collections, Kehoe wrote. A course correction in state finances is not only warranted but will be constitutionally required to achieve a balanced budget in future years and safeguard Missouri's financial security and AAA bond rating moved forward. While this may be a worthwhile project due to the aforementioned reasons, we must control new spending and cannot prudently justify this expenditure at this time. Other major budget items that were spared from cuts include childcare funding. The budget plan will allow providers to be paid based on their enrollment numbers rather than on the daily attendance of children in their care. Adults with the developmental disability services. Originally slated for an $80.7 million cut by Kehoe, bipartisan pushback and massive turnout at a Capitol rally restored the money. Missouri Capitol Building. The budget uses $104 million for renovations, including making all legislative offices accessible to people with mobility issues. School vouchers. The Mo Scholars Program received $10 million, increased to $60 million, and one of the few large additions to the budget. Whether Kehoe will make additional restrictions will be determined by the growth rate of state revenues and the spending rate for accumulated surpluses. Through Monday, with only 1 day of collections left in the fiscal year, revenues were down almost 2.6, giving the Treasury $64 million, less than $13.15 billion projected in December. The results would put the state almost $70 million short of projections of $13.65 billion for the new fiscal year, if the projected growth rates of 3.8 is accurate. To receive the budget's revenue projection, growth would have to increase to 4.5%. The deficit in the new budget, $2.3 billion after Kehoe's vetoes, will be covered by surpluses accumulated as state revenue surged and federal funds were available to replace other spendings during the pandemic. At the end of the fiscal 2023, the General Revenue Fund held $5.8 billion with another $2.5 billion in funds that could be spent like general revenue. As of May 31st, the general revenue balance had fallen to $2.9 billion, while those other flexible funds totaled to $2.7 billion. The General Revenue Fund balance is projected to be well below $1 billion by next summer, while the other funds are mainly in accounts dedicated to building big projects like widening Interstate 70 or renovating the Missouri Capitol building. There will not be enough general revenue surplus left to cover all current spending in the next budget year, which starts July 1st, 2027, State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick has warned repeatedly. And Missouri must find general revenue to cover potential gaps as federal programs change. This week, the state learned that it could pay up to $150 million of the cost of food aid under the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, because of errors in determining eligibility. The budget bills he signed June 30th reflect fiscal discipline and a need to control spending, Kehoe said in the news release. After several years of historic growth in spending, he said, this budget funds smart and necessary investments while also taking an important step towards right-sizing governments to ensure Missouri remains positioned for long-term success. That's the end of that article.
I don't know if this one would be worse than fireworks. From the Springfield News-Leader, painful stings, forest risks tied to ant, now confirmed in Missouri. This is by Janice Reeser. A newly confirmed invasive insect in Missouri could bring painful stings and ripple effects for forests and native species. The Asian needle ant has now been identified in the state, posing potential risks to people and ecosystems, according to a community announcement. The species, long established in other parts of the country, has begun drawing more attention as it expands its range. University of Missouri Extension urban
entomologist
Emily
Atloff
said that the ant was unfamiliar to many residents, including herself, until she began tracking of emerging insect issues.
Began tracking reports of emerging insect issues.
Bless you. Because issue sounds like a sneeze.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Her interest grew after she reviewed national coverage and started researching the species more closely. What the? Yeah, even I don't know what that thing is.
It's okay. Remember personal comments.
Sorry.
It's okay. We'll just keep reading.
I mean, I know it's an ant. Native to parts of East Asia, that explains it. The invasive ant was first detected in the United States by the 1930s along the East Coast. It now has since spread across nearly half of the U.S.
The continental.
Nearly half of the continental U.S., often without being noticed. Okay,
It's very inconspicuous, Alfalfa.
Huh. That's what she said in the announcement. It can impact, but its impacts can be anything but small. 5 millimeters? Or does mean?
Nope, millimeters, you're right.
Okay.
There is a picture of the ant. It is a light brown and 0.5 millimeters long. And the photos provided by the University of Missouri Extension.
Looks like a regular ant to me.
That's okay.
Never mind. I take it back. Painful sting and ecological concerns.
Mm-hmm.
The Asian needle ant can deliver a sting that causes significant pain. In uncommon cases, the sting can trigger severe allergic reactions similar to those associated with bees or wasps. Beyond risks to people, the species can disrupt ecosystems. According to the announcement, the ants compete with native species that play a key role in spreading seeds, potentially altering plant altering plant
regeneration
patterns. The insect's feeding habit may also have unintended consequences. The ants prey on termites, which are essential for breaking down dead wood in forests. Without termite activity, fallen trees and debris can accumulate, increasing available fuel that could contribute to a wildfire risk. Here's how tracking
spreads in Missouri.
I was trying to imply if it was a how question.
So remember, we read it right as written. That's the only way we can read it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just trying to see what makes sense to me.
I understand, but we have to read the article as it's written. Alfalfa
began monitoring the ant more closely after it was reported just across Missouri's southern border in Arkansas in fall of 2025. She used the community's science platform, iNaturalist, to track potential sightings and worked with partners including the USDA, U.S. Forest Service, Missouri Department of Agriculture, and Missouri Department of Conservation to confirm its presence in the state. Her current work focuses on identifying additional locations where the ant may be established and helping residents recognize it. Residents can track known sightings through antmaps.org. Suspected sightings can be reported by sending a photo to a local MU extension center or by emailing at Emily at Missouri.edu.
Do you want to spell that for them?
Huh?
Do you want to spell that for the listeners?
EMILYALTHOFF at Missouri.edu.
Perfect.
And everything is lowercase. More information is also available through
Alphas?
YouTube content Bug Beat, including Asian needle ant, what you need to know.
Careful.
Sorry.
From the Springfield News-Leader, SRC reports 7% stock gain, leadership change at Springfield meeting. Article written by Janice Reeser. SRC Holdings Corp. reported a 7% increase in stock value for employee owners and outlined plans for future expansions during its shareholder meeting in Springfield. More than 400 employee owners attended the gathering in person and online, where company leaders reviewed financial performance and highlighted leadership changes according to a community announcement. The company said the stock increase reflects continued long-term value growth despite a decline in sales during the previous year. Leaders also pointed to more than $30 million invested in capital projects, alongside efforts to reduce debt and build cash reserves. Ownership isn't a stock certificate, CEO Jack Stack said in the announcement. It's a responsibility. It's caring enough to understand the numbers, serve customers better than anyone else, and leave the company stronger than we found it. Financial performance and growth outlook. Company officials emphasized the SRC maintained profitability while continuing to invest in facilities, employee benefits, retirement plans, and health care, according to the announcement. Leaders said that the company's financial position allows for continued investment in acquisitions, new ventures, and workforce development as economic conditions evolve. Tim Stack shared insights from the recent sales and marketing planning process, identifying opportunities for expansion during the next 5 years. However, he said the growth will depend on workforce readiness. The big strategic question for SRC is not whether we can find enough market opportunity, Stack said in the announcement. The biggest strategic question is whether we can build leadership, sales, engineering, and technology capabilities fast enough to capture the opportunity. Leadership transition announced. The meeting also marked a transition in the company's finance leadership as Laura Ruzicka steps away from her day-to-day role following 37 years with SRC. Ruzicka will remain involved part-time to support and mentor the accounting team and was elected to the company's board of directors, according to the announcement. It has been an incredible honor to be a small part of SRC's journey and to work alongside such dedicated employee owners, Ruzicka said in the announcement. I am proud of what we've accomplished together, and I'm confident in the strength of the team moving forward. President Tim Stack credited Ruzicka's contributions to the company growth and culture. Laura's impact on SRC is hard to overstate, Stack said in the announcement. Her leadership, integrity, and commitment to our employee owners have helped shape who we are today. We're grateful she'll continue to share her expertise as she transitions into this next chapter. Mike White will take over as Executive Vice President of Accounting and Finance, bringing nearly 15 years of experience within SRC companies. His background includes leadership roles in operations, accounting, logistics, and business development, as well as involvement in the launch of SRC Logistics Illinois and the Genie Recon joint venture. Company leaders said the combination of financial strength, leadership, succession, planning, and continued investment in employee owners positions SRC for long-term growth. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Come by and see us in person with daily deals at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, Missouri. Veterans receive a 25% discount every day, proving significant savings as a token of appreciation for their service. Additionally, the store features a weekly clothing sale where all clothing items are available at 50% off every Wednesday. Seniors aged 55 and older benefit from 25% discount every Tuesday, making shopping more affordable for the senior community. All right, Madison will give us our next article.
From the Springfield News-Leader, funds boost how Springfield Glow supports rural LGBTQ plus communities. This is by Saren Such. Okay. Erin Kitchens knows that community is an important aspect of health, mental and physical. Or, no, is an aspect of health, mental and physical. The Missouri Foundation for Health agrees. However, it's often an aspect that is lacking or
Prohibited.
uh, yeah, but there's a VELNY.
Prohibitively.
Difficult to access for LGBTQ, like, can I say plus?
Yes.
LGBTQ plus folks who live in rural areas of southwest Missouri. To cap off Pride Month, the Glow Center announced that it received 4,000
400.
400
It's okay. $483,238
in funding
Spread.
spread out over 3 years from the MFH. The funding will allow the center to support and help
Cultivate.
a network of care and connection for LGBTQ plus people across Southwest Missouri through its new Community Connections program. Kitchens, who is executive director of GLOW, said the center's fiscal
Fiscal.
year 2026 budget was
$359,661.86.
the ADHD. The MFH funding will provide a huge boost in regards to what the center is able to support Southwest Missourians. In the past, assistance to other LGBTQ plus organizations was limited to, quote, cutting a check, offering guidance, offering advice. We'll invest in local leaders, strengthen grassroots organizations, support new and existing pride efforts, provide
Provide capacity.
there's a typo.
You're right. There is a typo as there is no space between provide and capacity.
But it says it'll provide capacity building support and help create more opportunities for LGBTQ plus people to connect, belong, and thrive in their own hometowns, Glow said in a news release. I like that. Here's the first step, to listen and to gather data. While there is some national data regarding health disparities for LGBTQ plus people in rural areas, it's often lacking. What data does exist isn't necessarily
Applicable.
to Southwest Missouri, Kitchen said, as the Missouri Ozarks are way different than
Appalachia.
why was I thinking Al Pacino?
It's okay.
With that in mind, the first phase of the project is gathering information. An updated needs assessment will be sent out to rural partners. People can also fill out a form on the Rural Community Connections page that goes over what people want to see in their community, what work is already happening, and what GLOW needs to know. GLOW hopes to establish what the existing web of support looks like for LGBTQ plus people across Southwest Missouri. From there, Kitchen said, GLOW wants to work with grassroots efforts and pre-existing organizations to help them host listening sessions. We'll be there in the room, but it really is about the community having a conversation eternally about what they want to see, Kitchen said. Then we want to support whatever that is. What does everything have to do with health?
So, what does community have to do with health?
Everything.
There you go.
Now there's a picture of restaurants in the vicinity of, did I say it right?
Yeah.
Of Park Central Square, as people are participating in celebrating the Ozarks Pride Fest on June 13th Hold
20
on. It's not June 13th of this year yet. So how is the picture being taken?
Madison, it's July. June was last month. It's okay. So June 13th, 2026.
Okay.
Photo provided by Chris Miglioli.
I can't tell what restaurant it is, but it's got it's got the LGBTQ colors
So
and the trans colors. Like,
so there is a restaurant that is not identified by a sign, but there are several umbrellas that are rainbow colored, as well as an arch that is a blow up arch, also in the rainbow colors, as well as different flags lining the gate alongside the outside patio of this restaurant, going from the typical rainbow flag to the progressive LGBT flag.
oh, kind of like what we saw in that car the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it even has a little propeller flower rainbow.
Yes, there are also different rainbow directions sparsed throughout the photo as guests enjoy their food in the festival.
Oh, look at that. One of them even has a rainbow shirt on. And they're eating rainbow cake. That is cool. That is cool.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to keep reading?
Yeah, I am. I'm just saying that is cool.
It is. We'll try to keep reading.
It's pretty. Isolation has been spotlighted in the last few years, but according to Kitchens, it's been a problem in the queer community for much longer, and it's not often discussed at the same level of importance, and certainly not at the same level of urgency. In 2023, the then U.S. Surgeon General Dr.
Birick H. Mertley
highlighted the loneliness epidemic and how a lack of connectedness can have health
ramifications.
He says, loneliness is far more than just a bad feeling. It harms both individual and
Societal.
health. It is associated with a greater risk of
Cardiovascular
disease, dementia, stroke, depression, anxiety, and premature death. Murphy wrote.
Yeah.
I got it. The mortality impact of being socially disconnected is similar to that caused by smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day, and even greater than that associated with obesity and physical inactivity. Or did I say it right?
Yep, you got it.
Kitchens, who has a master's degree in public health, explained the chain reaction that can happen when somebody feels completely alone. If you're isolated and feel like there is no reason to leave the house, it contributes to a
Sedentary.
lifestyle which can contribute to obesity, which can affect
Cardiovascular.
health. In addition to that, mental health impacts and trauma can increase the likelihood of engaging in more risky behaviors, including substance use, which can lead to substance use disorder and the physical and mental health challenges that accompany it. If you look at a public health report that talks about any of these communities, any of those things that highlights LGBTQ plus people in these communities face those health issues with issues at a
disproportionately
higher rates, Kitchen said. We know that this is a health issue, and so we're grateful that there are funders and organizations that understand the connection. For many, the choice to live authentically and happily is coming out is one that can result in losing family members. In larger cities, established LGBTQ plus communities and programs can help fill the gap, stepping in to provide emotional and even financial support in some instances. However, in rural areas, coming out could be like walking a tightrope without a net or harness. You can't come out of the closet even if you're an adult because family is your support system, not just financially, but also emotionally. That's your community. Losing access to that when there is no other option is life threatening, Kitchen said. Kitchens grew up in a rural community, a rural southeast Texas town with no visibility for LGBTQ people, much less of much less any sort of support services. He stayed
Closeted
until he left his hometown, but he hopes that the program and services glow and Southwest Missouri communities build can allow more people to live authentically by providing other safety net in addition to
familial
ones. There's a side picture of Aaron Kitchens kind of grinning at the camera, and he's wearing a blue shirt. He's standing behind a brick wall. He's got black glasses on, and his hair is fully, smoothly brushed out. He's got what's that word? A toupee?
That is a handlebar mustache.
Okay, handlebar. Because toupee would be the wavy mustache, right?
Toupees are
Oh, on the head, that kind of hair.
It's okay. Let's keep reading.
I got it. While the metaphorical fall won't be comfortable, maybe not even safe, it still won't. It at least won't be life-threatening. If the worst does happen, if they lose some of those
familial
relationships, they lost some of the support they have in their life. There's another community that is ready and willing and welcoming and arms open, excited to welcome this person in and provide them with the support that they need and help them connect with the resources that they need.
That's the end of that article. From the Springfield News-Leader, corn sweat adds to sticky Missouri heat this week. When it comes to Missouri summers, any lifelong resident will tell you it's not the heat, it's the humidity.
Mm-hmm.
And with multiple heat advisories issued throughout the state amid a heat dome pummeling most of the Midwest, that phrase has never rung truer. But what if one of Missouri's most abundant crop pushes already high humidity levels even further? What is corn sweat? Corn sweat refers to the process known as evapotranspiration. Corn plants, like other plants, absorb water through the roots for growth and photosynthesis. Any excess moisture is then released as a vapor through tiny pores in their leaves called stomata into the atmosphere, according to crop intelligence firm Terranus. In states that have hundreds of millions of acres of corn and soybean crops like Missouri, corn sweat can release an incredible amount of water vapor in the air, making already muggy days even muggier. How much does corn sweat? An acre of corn gives off 3,000 to 4,000 gallons of water each day, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The USDA recorded about 3.8 million acres of corn in Missouri in 2025. So if we do the math, we find that a staggering 11.4 to 15.2 billion gallons of water are pumped into the atmosphere each day throughout the state just by corn alone. How much does corn sweat actually contribute to humidity? Though corn sweat certainly contributes to moisture levels, especially in the latter summer months, it really only makes up a fraction of the humidity in the air. Transpiration accounts for around 10% of the moisture in the air, with the other 90% coming along almost entirely from bodies of water, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The current heat wave in Missouri is being driven by a high-pressure system stalled over the central United States. Andrew Ansarudge, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service, told the USA Today Network. How to control indoor air humidity. What are some tips from the University of Missouri on how to control humidity inside your house? Caulk and weather strip your home. Open all your windows early in the morning to get rid of heat and help cool the home. Keep the house closed during the hottest time of the day. Use floor and ceiling fans as much as possible to circulate a cooling breeze. Take showers early in the morning or late at night. Use appliances and equipment that give off heat, iron, TV, hairdryer, etc. only as needed, and limit use to the early morning or at night. Try not to use your stove if possible to keep from heating the kitchen. Cover cooking pots, use exhaust fans, and use a dehumidifier when needed. That is the end of that article.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, Health Department warns of E. coli risks in Christian County rivers. The Christian County Health Department recommends avoiding activities in the James and Finley rivers until E. coli levels drop. And this is by Zoe McIntyre. There's a picture of visitors fishing in the creek at Finley River Park. It shows a huge tree leaning overhead, and it's got a father and his son standing by the lake. Kid's wearing a yellow shirt. The dad is wearing a blue shirt with tan pants, and he's got a baseball cap on. But their faces are not visible. A dip in the creek may seem like an inviting plan over the July 4th holiday weekend, as peak temperatures in the Springfield area are expected to hover over 90 degrees through Saturday. However, swimming or playing in the Finley and James rivers may remain risky after heavy rainfall swept elevated levels of E. coli into the waterways in June. Tests at several access points along the two rivers demonstrated unsafe levels of the bacteria on June 30th, according to the Christian County Health Department. Environmental Public Health Supervisor Jackson Priest said the rivers may be safe for swimming again next week. In the meantime, Priest said the water at Bull Creek, Swan Creek, and
Pusick
State Forest is likely safe for activities. No matter what, you're fine to swim at
Pusick.
Pretty much, because the water is so forested.
Mhm.
He said forested areas see less runoff, contributing to E. coli population.
Pollution.
Does it mean like a rainforest?
Nope.
Local lakes are also a safe bet for swimming this weekend. All the swimming beaches at Stockton and Table Rock lakes are open. For information about closures at the lakes in the region, visit the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and Missouri Department of Natural Resources websites. The Christian County Health Department plans to post an update on the Finley and James Rivers bacteria levels on July 2nd. That's today.
Yep. That's the end of the article.
Yeah.
All right. From the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Committee proposes 4 new Citizens Advisory Board members. Council anticipates voting on members during July 27th meeting. Article by Susan Such. 4 new people have been recommended to serve on the City of Springfield Citizens Advisory Board following a June 29th Springfield City Council Committee meeting. Following 5 rounds of voting, City Council's Committee of the Whole chose 4 new CAB members out of 120 applicants and recommended reappointment of Zone 2's Lauren Shantz. Recommendations for appointment will be forwarded to the whole City Council for approval. The recommendations are anticipated to come before Council for the first reading at its July 13th meeting and to be voted on at its July 27th meeting, according to the City Council City spokesperson Cora Scott. The CAB is an 8-member committee that provides recommendations on projects to City Council for funding from the half-cent portion of 3/4 cent Springfield SGF sales tax, as well as the use of any revenue dedicated to funding projects consistent with the city's comprehensive plan forward SGF, according to City of Springfield. The proposed appointees in alphabetical order are Mary Ann Bonetti, Zone 2, whose term would expire in 2028, Jeff Frederick, Zone 1, whose term would expire 2029, Aaliyah Lee, Zone 2, whose term would expire in 2028, Jasmine Watson, Zone 4, whose term would expire in 2029. The new appointees would replace former Chair Aaron D'Anastasio, members Andy Peebles and Christina Engel, and one vacant position. D'Anastasio and Peebles' terms were set to expire May 2028, and Engel's term expired in May 2026. I do apologize. Normally, CAB positions are a 3-year term, but Bonetti and Lee would serve 2 years to finish out D'Anastasio and Peebles' term. This staggered term schedule also helps ensure that half of the board doesn't turn over at the same time in 2029. To be nominated, each candidate needs to get 5 votes in one round. 8 council members were present at the committee meeting. Before voting began, Council Member Craig Hosmer emphasized the importance of geographical diversity among the board. Prior to the appointments, the majority of CAB members reside in Zone 2, with none in Zone 4. I think it's important to note for diversity where people are from so that all areas of the city are represented, Hosmer said. I think it's also important to have diversity of opinion. Council member Monica Horton agreed, asking her colleagues to consider appointees who could bring different experiences and views to the table in order to represent the whole community. I'm hoping that Council will consider who is not represented on the CAB and the types of skill sets, the type of connections. I'm hoping that we want not to have overrepresentation of certain skill sets and individuals, but also looking at who would typically go under the radar. Horton said, I'm hoping that we're looking for a little bit of a broader cross-section of our community other than just who we know. And that is the end of that article. Madison. Huh. Would you like to read the next article?
Yeah. Springfield Daily Citizen, from the Springfield Daily Citizen, Midtown Victorian Drill Team gears up for Springfield's 4th of July parade. The team made its first appearance in the
Inaugural?
I almost got it. Not mad at you. I'm just saying I almost got it.
Good job.
1991 parade and has become a crowd favorite. This is by Jeff Kissinger. The article begins with the Midtown Victorian Drill Team walking in front of a building and waving at a bunch of people, with two girls holding a banner that says Midtown Victorian Drill Team. And in short, they look like clones of Mary Poppins.
So we're going to describe...
But I'm going to describe to what they look like. They have not a cowboy hat, but...
So they're wearing a flat top hat?
Okay, and they've got dresses, white dresses with red ribbons beneath them, but behind them.
So they have a white dress that goes down to the ankles with white shoes as well, and a red ribbon tied around their waist, and a ruffle top at both the sleeves and on the chest.
With some of the girls holding parasols. Oh, and the top hat is, they have little red and blue stripes.
Yes, on the flat top hat, there is a red and blue stripe around the center.
And like I said, the picture shows one of the participants waving at one of the team members, and they're waving back. Nancy
Nancy Hackett.
and Kate Spangler.
Spangler.
Oh, like the song.
I don't know, but we should keep reading.
Spangler Banner. Or
Different word. It's okay though.
they wanted to make the inaugural Midtown 4th of July parade memorable. Hold on. Excuse me. The 1991 event offered a great opportunity to show off the historic neighborhood and hopefully encourage more families to move to Springfield's north side. And they wanted it to be something that fits with the historic district, Paula Ringer said on June 29th. We are the largest and oldest nationally registered historic district in Springfield.
Hackett
and Spangler hatched a plan to dress in Victorian-era garb and march in the parade, performing synchronized moves with lacy white parasols. They call it the Midtown Victorian Dream Team.
Drill.
The Midtown Victorian Drill Team.
There you go.
I thought it was a great idea, Ringer said. She was part of that first team. It was a superb, that's a word?
Yes.
Superb idea. I owned my marketing and communications firm for 12 years, and we needed a strategy, and it was a perfect one. This July 4th, Ringer will join more than a dozen drill team members in the annual old-fashioned 4th of July parade and celebration sponsored by the Midtown Neighborhood Association. The parade starts at 10 a.m., winding through Midtown before disbanding at Washington Park. The year's theme is 250 Years Young, celebrating the birth of the USA, and the parade's grand marshal is Dr. Lori Elliott. Oh, that's my mom's name. Sorry.
It's okay.
Principal of Boyd Elementary. Boyd. We got some very talented, creative people in the neighborhood. There's another picture of the members of the Midtown Victorian drill team as they're all dressed in white, but this time they're shown from the back. Oh, so that red ribbon that's tied around their dress, it's also red and blue, just like the hats.
It leads back to a large bow that is red, white, and blue. Yes.
And while the dancers are marching in place, there's two kids across the distance looking at them.
Next to them on the road as they march down the parade.
Right, I got it. It's a nod to the
suffragettes
with their bows, cummerbunds, hats, and
parasols.
Parasols, but what's a cummerbund?
It is the ribbon that is wrapped around their waist.
Oh, kind of like a dress bow.
Different. The dress bow is different from the cummerbund.
Okay. Ringer credits Mary Jo Greer. Okay. With creating the original routine for the Midtown Victorian drill team. The routine is still used today, though it's been altered over the years.
Greer
was a costume designer on several films, and she was good at choreography. Ringer said. My sister taught me that word.
Good job.
Not really, I just heard it from her. Anyways, it was a combination of people, but we really lucked out. We got some very talented, creative people in the neighborhood. That routine will be performed to patriotic marches like those by John Philip
Sousa.
and it will march by era-appropriate homes. The parade goes down Washington, and there are some Victorian homes there, Ringer said. And there are several families in the homes on Washington that the parade goes by. It didn't used to be that way, but we're thrilled that it is. The Midtown Victorian Drill team costume, meanwhile, remains unchanged since that 1991 parade. Long white skirt, preferably ankle-length white blouse, and white sneakers. We dress like
suffragettes.
Ringer said. It's an easy costume to follow. Want to join the team? Just show up on July 4th. There's another picture of the Midtown Victorian Drill team marching past Drury University during the 2019 old-fashioned 4th of July parade and celebration. Marchers still provide the white top skirt, the skirt and sneakers, the bows, cummerbunds, and hats and parasols.
Are provided by the Midtown Neighborhood Association.
I'm just saying, they all look the same.
Yep.
And one of them in the background has a sign that says vote. Wait, who's that girl in the background? She looks familiar.
I would not be able to tell you, but I think we should keep reading.
If it's one of my friends, then...
I don't know, but we should probably keep reading.
Yeah. Ringer expects a team of about 15 at this year's parade. And rumor has it the group will have its first male marcher. Ooh. The size of the group has varied from 10 to 30 or 35 over the years. This year, I think, because the 4th of July falls on a Saturday, people are taking advantage of the long weekend, she said. So not everybody will be back, but we will recruit our friends. And to be on the drill team, you don't have to live in the neighborhood. Or you don't have to live in the neighborhood to be on the drill team. The Midtown Victorian Drill Team might also like to recruit you. The group is looking for new members from all walks of life who are at least 14 years of age and have the ability to march about 1.5 miles over 2 hours. We march 17 blocks, so you have to be in fairly good shape to do that, Ringer said. But if you get out and go for walks, then you're probably going to be okay. The neighborhood also has the hats, the parasols, the cummerbunds, and bows, so marchers just have to show up in the whites. They show up at 8:30 a.m. We practice for an hour, then we get in the parade. There's live music, games, and more planned for Washington Park. Nancy
Hackett
and Kate Spangler are credited with starting the Midtown Victorian Drill Team in 1991, and it's become a popular entry in the neighborhood's annual 4th of July parade and celebration. This photo was taken by Midtown Neighborhood Association. And once again, it's the group with the outfits being the same.
They are again walking down the street in the middle of a parade at the picture is taken at a different angle than others, showing the a front marching angle and several of the members smiling at the camera.
Walking for 2 hours? I don't think I'd be able to do that.
That's okay. We're going to keep reading the article.
even without asthma.
Let's keep reading the article.
The parade sets off at 10 a.m. from the intersection of East Central Street and Drury Lane. From there, it turns right on Bennett and
Benton?
why did I say that?
It's okay.
And again on Calhoun Street before heading north on Washington Avenue. The parade will cross Division Street before turning right onto Locust Street.
Mm-hmm.
Entries in this year's lineup include antique cars and trucks, scouting groups, and other nonprofits, floats, bikes, scooters, and more. As always, the parade will end at Washington Park, where the festivities will continue with live music, free water, and ice cream from the Springfield Police Department's Cold Patrol, and free children's games. The DNA BBQ book, or barbecue food truck, will also be on site, and attendees are asked to bring their own lawn chairs and blankets. There's another picture of the Midtown Victorian Drill Team as they're posing for a group photo in 2021.
19 people are standing, or rather 14 people are standing behind the sign, Midtown Carnegie Drill Team, while 4 people are sitting in front.
And they're still in the same outfits as usual.
Mhm.
The old-fashioned 4th of July parade and celebration remains a great chance for the Midtown neighborhood to show itself off, and for many members of the drill team. It's a love of the community that keeps bringing them back. In fact, Ringer isn't surprised that the group is performing 35 years later. Ouch, that was a stab.
Nope. 35 years later is a normal number. It's okay.
I know. Why should I know? I wasn't born in 91.
Madison, let's try to keep back in the first comments.
It's almost like you live in Midtown, or if you care about Midtown, you'll get involved with the 4th of July, Ringer said. And this is something where the Midtown neighborhood is hosts for the city of Springfield. There are a lot of people who like historic districts, and it's an opportunity to see Midtown and have fun. We also do Victorian Christmas and many cleanups. We do a cleanup of Jordan Creek, and we do a neighborhood cleanup where people can drop waste off in dumpsters at Cox North, which keeps the neighborhood looking good. Why did I say it like that?
It's okay.
You want to go? It's the Springfield's old-fashioned 4th of July parade and celebration presented by the Midtown Neighborhood Association. It starts at July 4th. Time will be 10 a.m. with the celebration following at around 11.
The parade is at 10 a.m. and the celebration's at 11.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Its location is Midtown, Springfield, and Washington Park, located at 16,000? 1600 North Summit Avenue. For more information, follow the Midtown Neighborhood Association on Facebook.
From the Springfield News-Leader, businesses sue Missouri AG over slot machine threats. Article by Rudy Keller. 2 lawsuits filed in Cole County accuse Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway of unlawfully using threats of criminal prosecution to force bars and gas stations to shut down slot machine games. The latest case, filed Friday, June 26, by an entity founded last year called the Missouri Licensing Advocacy Group based in Osage Beach, argues Hanaway and the Division of Alcohol and Tobacco Control are threatening the liquor and other licensed businesses that host the machines. While state law requires anyone receiving a liquor license to be of good moral character, the phrase is undefined in the statute and can't be invoked just because there is a game on the premises that the state believes is illegal. There is a photo of two no-chance gambling machines that await customers in 2021 at a Columbia convenience store. They are right next to the door. Photo provided by Rudy Keller. According to the lawsuit, the organization has members who include liquor suppliers, convenience stores, bars, and other licenses. The case was filed by the organization and not by any individual member. The problem with the enforcement effort is that it treats all games as though they are illegal, said Samuel Trapp, co-founder of the organization. They come in and claim you're breaking the law, and suddenly you are tried, found guilty, convicted, and there's no due process, Trapp said. In a case filed June 18th, a St. Charles County restaurant called Turner's Bar and Grill asked for class action status to sue Hanaway to block her from threatening prosecution if retailers do not turn off games at their locations. In that lawsuit, attorneys for Turner's argue that Hanaway, without winning any criminal convictions, has decided that games that allow players to see the outcome of the next play, called pre-reveal games, must be shut down. The owners cannot wait to be charged and then argue the games were legal, the lawsuit states. For a Missouri retailer, prosecution is not a clean path to legal clarity, the lawsuit states. It means public accusation, possible arrest, search warrants, seizure of machines and cash, forfeiture of proceedings, loss of banking relationships, landlord pressure, insurance problems, damage to licenses, termination of retail contracts, and reputational injury that no later judgment can fully repair. Hanaway's aggressive stance against the games is a marked chance from her predecessors, Andrew Bailey and Eric Schmidt, who both largely ignored the growing presence of the games. Bailey recused his office from a 2021 lawsuit filed by the biggest game vendor, Torch Electronics, after taking large political donations from political action committees controlled by the company's lobbyist, Steve Tilley. In February, a federal judge ruled in a civil lawsuit that pre-reveal games offered by Torch meet the statutory definition of gambling device and are therefore illegal. Since that decision, Hanaway has threatened Torch, based in Wildwood, with prosecution. The company turned its games off in early April to avoid criminal charges. The state has been working closely with federal investigators on cases involving slot machines at retail locations. A Georgia resident pleaded guilty to money laundering and illegal gambling in May in federal courts in Springfield. And as the legal pressure has ramped up, so has the political fight over the machines. Missouri lawmakers debated but did not pass a bill to allow slot machines licensed by the Missouri Lottery. Companies on both sides of the debate have poured millions into this year's legislative elections to influence the outcome in 2027. But until the legislature writes a new definition of a gambling device, pre-reveal games should be presumed to be legal, the lawsuit by Turner's Bar and Grill states. Turner's offers pre-reveal games, the lawsuit states, but they are not Torch machines. Demands from Hanaway that all pre-reveal games be turned off go beyond her authority, the lawsuit contends. It treats resemblance as guilt, the lawsuit states. It treats a machine that looks like something the state disfavors as a crime, and it treats a non-binding federal district court ruling involving Torch Electronics, different devices, different evidence, different parties, and private competitor dispute, as if it amended the Missouri revised statutes. It did not. Both lawsuits are in their early stages and no response has been filed. James Lawson, a deputy chief of state to Hanaway, said the office would not comment on the specifics of the lawsuits. We're happy to litigate the issue in court, Lawson said. We've been filing cases on this for months. The Turner lawsuit asks the court to declare the statute being used by Hanaway to prosecute pre-reveal games is unconstitutionally vague and to block her from further charges. Trapp's group wants a broader ruling on the way the licensing agencies can be used and to define the standards for deciding whether a violation has occurred that warrants revoking or denying a license. Hanaway wants to shut the games down because they are illegal and create other problems, Lawson said. They create magnets for organized violent crime, money laundering, and illegal activity, and put them out in the front and middle of storefronts, he said. It is a billion-dollar unregulated cash industry. That's the end of that one.
I wasn't falling asleep, I swear.
Okay. Do you want to do the things to do?
From the 417 magazine, here are things to do this week in Springfield, Missouri. This is by Taryn Shormacki. The article starts with silhouettes of a silhouette of a little man.
Silhouettes of a crowd watching a fireworks show in the dark.
Sorry about that Bohemian Rhapsody reference.
It's okay. Let's keep going.
It feels fitting that I'm writing this week's date book from the cowboy state, staying in a hotel with America in its name. In case you missed the quick mention last week, I'm on a massive western road trip with my kiddos. We'll be gone until just before they go back to school in August. I'll do my best to not make the entire trip my entire personality, but no promises. Back home in the Ozarks, it's gearing up to be a fantastic, if not hot, all-American weekend celebrating our country's 250th birthday. From awesome fireworks displays around Southwest Missouri to patriotic picnics, free ice cream for kids who can recite the Pledge of Allegiance, and more unique ways to ring in the semi
Semi-quincentennial.
Okay.
My goodness.
Okay. We got you covered. Speaking of patriotism, fun fact, it's one of college.
It's one of College of the Ozarks.
5 pillars. And that's the school handing out the free ice cream. Beyond Independence Day festivities, there are lots of reasons to go out this week. Check out up and coming local comics at Springfield Comedy's Club's Show Me the Funny contest. Sample a special 18-year-old Bourbon release. Catch Billy Bob Thornton with his band, the Boxmasters. Browse downtown during First Friday Art Walk, or welcome local veterans home during an hour flight celebration at the airport. Whether you're celebrating America or just enjoying a long summer weekend or discovering new, I hope it's a great one. Be safe. Okay. So, are you sure I read all these from front to back, even if
Yes.
they don't make sense?
They do make sense, I promise.
Okay. First off, July. Thursday to Friday, which is July 2nd to July 3rd. But
Yep.
July 2nd is Thursday, which means tomorrow's Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
Just read it front to back. You got it.
Show me the money. Show me the money. What I do?
It's okay.
Freaking
Thursday to Friday, July 2nd to July 3rd. Show me the funny.
Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. Anyway, show me the funny at the Springfield Comedy Club. Administration is 7. What?
Administration, I believe the word you're looking for is entrance fee.
Entrance fee, okay. Entrance fee, that actually makes more sense. Entrance fee ranges from $7 to $26. And it starts at 7 p.m. both nights. Final is at 9:45 p.m., which is Friday. Check out some local comedians in this weekend comedy contest where the audience decides who wins. There will be 2 per
Preliminary.
rounds and a rapid fire final over the course of the weekend. Friday, July 3rd, Red, White, and Tipsy pop-up holiday bar at the Cassidy Station at
Estes.
Farms, ages 21 and up. Show your patriotism in a particularly spirited way at Cassidy Station seasonal pop-up bar. Deck yourself out in red, white, and blue, sip USA-themed drinks or a soft-serve margarita, catch some live music, and expect a few other Americana-themed surprises.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and one more thing. First Friday Art Walk, downtown.
We still have plenty of time. Keep reading.
Okay, I thought you were getting ready to
Nope,
leave.
It's okay. Just keep reading.
Okay, First Friday Art Walk at downtown Springfield, free to go, and it's 6 to 10 p.m. Downtown becomes one giant gallery during First Fridays, with numerous venues displaying the art in various mediums. In addition to more traditional art, enjoy live music, fashion, and food across 20 plus businesses, including the Gilroy Theater, MSU's Brick City Gallery, the
Creamery Arts Center, and others.
And then there's the 18-year-old Bourbon release party.
By Thai Ichide Diet Distillery.
Bottles are $180, but it's free to attend, and it starts at 1 p.m. Hey, that rhymed. The distillery
Mm-hmm.
made just 201 bottles of its 18-year Bourbon.
Bourbon.
But what is that, a type of beer?
It is an alcohol. It's okay. Let's keep going.
Okay, just asking. It will release 100 of them at the Snug in honor of America's 250th birthday. Bottles cost $180 each, with a maximum of 2 per person, though you don't have to purchase a bottle to attend. Laura Brand French plays live jazz starting at 5 p.m.
Saturday, July 4th.
Where the Marshfield Independence Day Parade will take place. At the Marshfield Square, and it's free to go, and it's 10 a.m. Who'd have thought that Marshfield, Missouri holds the honor of hosting the oldest continuously running Independence Day celebration west of the Mississippi. And Independence Day celebration of the Mississippi. The parade steps off from the Marshfield Square at 10 a.m., and this year's theme is special for America's 250th birthday.
It's okay. Keep going.
Then there's the
Springfield Cardinals America's 250th birthday celebration.
Where it'll be at the Route 66 Stadium. Entrance fee is $8 to $70, and it starts at 6:05 p.m. Before the Cardinals take on the Arkansas
Travelers,
head to the stadium for a carnival-style celebration with fairway games, a hot dog eating contest, and a dunk tank. After the game, fans can watch a special 4th of July concert and fireworks show from the outfield grass. The first 2,000 fans in the gate will also get special patriotic rally towels. Then there's the Lady Liberty fireworks cruise at Long Creek Marina at Big Cedar Lodge. It's $225 for adults, and it's $125 for kids. Starts at 7:30 p.m. Set sail to take in Independence Day fireworks from Table Rock Lake. Big Cedar Lodge's signature Lady Liberty dinner cruise embarks on a special holiday outing with dinner and a scenic tour of the lake, followed by a fireworks show.
July 5th. Billy Bobby Thornton and the Boxmasters 2026 Morrow Rock Tour.
which will be held at the Gilroy Theater. Entrance fee is $57 to $87, and the show starts at 7:30 p.m. Actor Billy Bob Thornton, Thornton, aka Bud Thornton, tours with his band, the Boxmasters.
The time is 12 p.m.
This summer, in conjunction with the release of their newest album, In the Bay. The band has a unique 60s sound influenced by the Beatles and the Beach Boys. Can I just read the last three?
Let's just keep going.
Okay. Tuesday, July 7th, Honor Flight
Welcome Home Celebration. Springfield Branson National Airport.
I
Free.
am so sorry about that.
Free at 6 p.m. If you've never witnessed, or better yet, have been a part of an Honor Flight Welcome Home, don't miss the opportunity. Wear red, white, and blue and bring a sign or two to welcome some of our veterans home. There will also be a live music and food trucks outside.
Wednesday, July 8th to Saturday, July 18th, Beehive, the 60s musical, at the John Goodman Amphitheater. Entrance fee is $25 to $40, and the show starts at 8 p.m. A 60-plus year summer tradition in 417 land, Missouri State's Tent Theater presents Beehive, the 60s musical, from the open-air John Goodman Amphitheater. Watch and sing along over 24 songs celebrating female icons from the grooviest decade. Janis Joplin, Tina Turner,
Aretha Franklin.
and others. Runs July 8th to 11 and July 13th to 18th. And then, finally, there's Wednesday, July 8th. Build Your Own Bouquet. The Coffee at Ethic. Admission is $20 to $25. It starts at 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., where you can create a custom farm fresh flower bouquet, which is a fun seasonal collab between the
Coffee Ethic.
and Finley Field Flower Farm. Wait.
All attendees will be entered to win a $25 gift card from the Coffee Ethic.
Oh, I read that last part as a statement.
It's okay. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel at 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 Magazine. Listen after we are live on the Audio Reader Network at www.reader.ku.edu. All broadcasts are played over KSMU subcarrier airwaves at 67 kHz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. I'm Sav.
And I'm Mads. You can call me Mads, I'll let you.
Thank you for listening.
Seriously, you can call me Mads if you want.
Okay.